Hey ladies, I know I just made a video yesterday, but I'm coming back on because I decided to go to my doctor's appointment today. As you can see, I'm sitting in my glider. It's so comfy. I decided to go to my doctor's appointment today, and I'm kind of glad I did because I ended up getting about 70 test strips for my test monitor, which, I mean, I think she said that should last me for a couple weeks, which I only have a couple weeks left, so that's good. Not really sure why they didn't send me home with that many in the first place. They only sent me home with 10, but whatever. And, you know, I explained everything that happened with my insurance in my last video. So, I'm out of breath. So I ended up getting 70 test strips. So that's good. I'll go ahead and use those 70, and then after that, she should be here, or we should have a control on this blood sugar. So my appointment today, she looked at the numbers that I was able to actually get, and I guess the biggest thing is, I think I mentioned this too in my previous video, the biggest thing is my morning numbers. She said that I'm doing very well throughout the day as far as keeping my sugars down and all that other stuff. It's just we're trying to figure out why my morning numbers are high. Usually they should be, I believe the number was between, I believe it was between 60 and 90. I have it written down on my paper. It might have been like 120, 130, somewhere up in there. So she suggested that I drink a glass of milk in the middle of the night, have a snack, or something like that. So I'm going to have to start like making me like a small snack in the middle of the night and just leaving it beside my bed, because only time I get up in the middle of the night is when I go to the restroom, and then I go straight to sleep. So what happens is, I guess whatever my last meal of the day is, it's not enough to keep my body going. So did she say my liver or pancreas? I think it was my liver. Anyway, I think it was my liver, produces all this sugar, and it just, or all this glucose, sugar, whatever, same difference. And it flushes it out in my body and in my bloodstream and stuff like that to keep my body going and keep me up with energy and all this good stuff. So there's something on my screen. So I guess that's how that works. So then it becomes more of a hormonal issue versus a dietary issue. So long story short, we're only going to monitor for this week. If I can get my morning numbers controlled, I'm good to go. If not, I will have to take a shot of insulin at night before bed, which, you know, I really don't want to do, especially coming from the IVF community. I'm so sick of shots. I haven't had shots since my frozen embryo transfer, and I'm not trying to go back that route. So, and the needles looks like a EpiPen, so it's not that big, but still I don't want to give myself shots. What else? So hopefully I can get it under control and just have a snack in the middle of the night or something and have my morning numbers go down. Something else. My breasts are still leaking milk in the middle of the night, especially my right one. For the last, I'd say about 2-3 nights, my left boob has been leaking, and it wakes me up in the middle of the night because I don't sleep with a bra on. Not telling all my business, but whatever. A lot of women don't. I'll sleep with a shirt on. So when I roll over and I feel something wet, I'm just like, it freaks me out because I wake up because it's cold and I look down and it's milk on my arm. So, or on my sheets or whatever. What else? Yesterday I was laying on the couch and, oh, excuse me. Yesterday I was laying on the couch and felt a contraction. It's not pretty. I will definitely be getting an epidural. I mean, definitely. So I'm sitting on the couch and I coughed because my heartburn was, well, I was laying down taking a nap and the heartburn was like starting to come up and I kind of had to let some of that air out. So I started coughing and then like a couple, I would say about 5 seconds before that, my stomach got so tight and it felt like, I guess when you're stretching and you're trying to stretch beyond your limit, you know, to become flexible, whether you're doing splits or whatever, it just felt like somebody was trying to stretch my stomach muscles beyond what they were supposed to go. And it did not feel pretty. Or if you ever had to stretch and do like a straddle stretch where both of your legs are kind of like this and then you kind of reaching for your toes and somebody comes behind you and kind of pushes you down to help you get further, that's what it felt like. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. I couldn't move for like 5 seconds. I think it lasted for about a good 15 seconds. Felt like an hour to me, but I was laying on the couch. I was like, oh my God, what is that? So, that was pretty scary because I was at home by myself. My husband hadn't got off work yet. And my belly has dropped. I was getting dressed for work the other day and I was like, my stomach looks low. And then I didn't think anything of it. I was like, no, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I just want her here so bad. And then when I went to work, a couple people told me that at work. And then when I went to my doctor's appointment, somebody else told me that. So she's definitely moving down into position. She's getting ready to pop on up out of there. So that's exciting. It just means we're moving right along. And I read online, usually when it's your first, when they start dropping, I guess labor starts, or generally people will give birth about 3 to 4 weeks later. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, not all the time. Some people still stretch it out to the last day or whatever, but that's just what they see. And then I think for second and third time on mommies, I think when the baby starts dropping, usually they're kind of going into labor because their muscles are already stretched because it's been through that before. That's just what I read. But anyway, I have a doctor's appointment next week. We're going to check on her, check my cervix. I get another ultrasound next week, which is exciting. And we're going to see, get to see how far down she's going and all that good stuff. So, and then I'll ask my doctor if all that stuff I read is true and let you girls know. So, what else? I think that's about it. So that's been the last 24 to 48 hours of my life. Oh, excuse me. I was able to give pictures and stuff of the baby's clothes that was damaged and my 2 laptops and then my sheet that got damaged. I was able to give that in.